as they happen, where they happen. We bring the information to you undiluted, verified, accurate, balanced, and without bias. Told from a human angle perspective. We interview the actors and the experts. All facts laid bare. From Nigeria to the rest of the globe, we deliver the news on time and in time. This is News Express on Adamimogo 107.7 FM in Ido-Ekiti.
Good evening and welcome to News Express, our flagship bulletin covering national, state, politics, business, global, sports and entertainment news. Let's start with the headlines. Ekiti runs off 16 days of activism against gender-based violence with sensitization empowerment. Prophet Oluwalo expressed joy at Adamimogo 107.7 FM's Father Christmas Party boosts morale of Glorious Children team with Jesse Promise. Reps direct NUPRC to provide details of oil production crude sales. Thanks for joining us on News Express. I am Layi Oyawa. Now the news in detail. We begin from Ekiti State, where the state government has empowered no fewer than 100 survivors of gender-based violence in the Ekiti State with 100,000 naira to start a business with a view to cushioning the effects of the violence. The wife of Ekiti State Governor Dr. Layi Oyawa, while presenting the checks to the survivors, called on Nigerians to support stakeholders in the fight against gender-based violence. The governor's wife, who also took part in a sensitization road walk to commemorate the 2024 16 days of activism against gender-based violence against women and girls in the Ekiti State, expressed her regret that the menace is threatening the peaceful atmosphere around women in the society. She added that Ekiti State government during the Governor Biodun Oyebanji-led administration will ensure that survivors of GBV live their lives without any form of discrimination, adding that anybody caught in the act will be punished under the law. Meanwhile, the Ekiti State Deputy Governor, Chief Mrs. Munisa Adeafuye, has declared that Governor Biodun Oyebanji will not relent in his efforts to dismantle obstacles dragging the state down in accomplishing the set targets in quality education, universal health coverage, and job creation to drive human capital development HCD policy. Mrs. Afuye gave the assurance in Ado-Ekiti on Wednesday during the official presentation of Ekiti State Human Capital Development Strategic Plan 2025 to 2030 to HCD Council at her office in Ado-Ekiti, the Ekiti State capital. Receiving the document, Mrs. Afuye, in a statement by our Special Assistant of Media, Victor Ogunje, appealed to the committee members to be patriotic and zealous in their duties to the state to reinforce the efforts being devised by Oyebanji to build the state's human resources. Still in Ekiti State, the state's wing of the Nigerian Union of Teachers, NUT, has commended Governor Biodun Oyebanji for prioritizing the welfare of teachers and providing a conducive teaching and learning environment in the state. The state chairman of NUT, Comrade Daudu Bamidele, who gave the commendation during a courtesy visit to the state governor in Ado-Ekiti, said the visit was to express appreciation to Governor Oyebanji for the financial assistance that facilitated the state's participation at the July 2024 Education International Conference in Argentina and always attending to the needs of the teachers since the inception of the present administration. Responding, Governor Biodun Oyebanji, who was represented by the State Commissioner for Information, Honorable Taiwo Olatunbosun, reiterated the commitment of his administration to the welfare of workers, particularly teachers, in the state. The Association of Nigerian Broadcasters, AMBROAD Ekiti State Chapter, has commended Governor Biodun Oyebanji for his efforts that culminated in the approval of Ekiti State Cargo Airport to commence non-scheduled flight operations. Recall that the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority (NCCAA) approved the non-scheduled operations under the Visual Flight Rules VFR, expected to be effective on December 15, is for a period of 6 months. Ambrose, in a statement issued by its chairman, Mr. Gbenga Olaniyan, noted that the governor has taken positive steps in bringing the airport project up to date by committing huge resources into it to make the commencement of flight operations realistic. Ambrose, however, encouraged the governor, who reputed to be a go-getter, not to relax on his oars, but to remain focused on putting all machinery in motion to ensure that commercial flight operations commence at the airport without delay. The festive season is in full swing at Adamimogo 107.7 FM Ido-Ekiti as the radio station hosts its maiden Father Christmas Children's Party. The event, which kicked off on December 2, has been a huge success, attracting children from all over Ekiti State. On a recent visit to the station today, the 12th day of the event, founder of Adamimogo 107.7 FM, renowned cleric Prophet Sam Oluwalo, expressed delight to see the excitement on the faces of the children of Ido-Ekiti and beyond. In a heartwarming display of support, Prophet Sam Oluwalo also promised to provide jerseys for the Glorious Child Team, GCT, a popular program on Adamimogo 107.7 FM. The program brings together children from various schools and churches to educate themselves on radio, promoting learning, growth, and self-expression.
Lọ́jọ́ tí mo ti rí ọjọ́ tí inú mi dùn jù báyìí, ó jẹ́ òní báyìí níbi tí mo rí àwọn tí wọ́n máa di agbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ ní lọ́la ní ọ̀la tí àwọn náà máa sọ òyìnbó fìtìfìtì ní ọdún tó ń bọ̀ tẹ́ bá ń ṣe Father Christmas. Ṣé rí gbogbo àwọn tó bá ti wà ní klọ́ọ̀bù yín? Èmi ni máa ra aṣọ tí sí máa ṣọ tó wáyé pé aṣọ bákàlà máa wọ̀ lọ́jọ́ ẹ̀ ṣe é pé ṣẹ́ẹ̀sì ní tẹ́lẹ̀ ìbáyìí tí mo wọ̀ yìí gbogbo wa jọ wọrú ẹ̀yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan ń jọ yẹn mo dẹ̀ túbọ̀ fẹ́ kẹ́ bá mi fi àyè gba àwọn children tó bá fẹ́ join ni wọ́n sí kẹ́ mọ́ bá mi fi àyè gbà wọ́n láti máa train wọn.
The promise of new jerseys is a significant morale boost for the Glorious Children Time, demonstrating Prophet Oluwalo's commitment to empowering the next generation. An indigene of Orang Ekiti in Idosi local government area of Ekiti State, Oluwakemi Florence Dada, is set to embark on a 240-hour longest read aloud marathon by an individual for the Guinness World Record. Guinness World Records, also known as the Guinness Book of Records and the Guinness Book of World Records in earlier US editions, is an annual reference book published in the United Kingdom. Oluwakemi's attempt is scheduled at Light City Library, Ido-Ekiti, Ekiti State from 14th December to 24th December 2024. The 240-hour readathon will feature continuous reading sessions covering carefully curated themes on history and cultural heritage, migration, human trafficking, climate change, and art sessions, politics, current affairs, amongst others. Away from Ekiti, the Afe Babalola law firm in Ibadan has confirmed the submission of a petition to the Legal Practitioners Disciplinary Committee seeking the removal of prominent lawyer and human rights activist Dele Farotimi from the register of legal practitioners in Nigeria. The petition alleges that Farotimi violated several provisions of the rules of professional conduct for lawyers in the country. Speaking anonymously, a lawyer from the firm stated the petition is not targeted at one individual alone, but is about preserving the integrity of its legal system. He added that the development underscores the legal profession's commitment to maintaining ethical standards and ensuring public trust in the justice system. In a related story, President Bola Tinubu, Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi, and Senate President Godswill Akpabio have been dragged before a federal high court in Abuja over the alleged unlawful removal of Justice Danladi Umar as chairman of the Code of Conduct Tribunal (CCT). The president and 10 others were sued by 2 civil society groups, Community Rescue Initiative and Toro Concerned Citizens Relief Foundation, as well as an Abuja-based lawyer, Comrade Nasir Bala. The 3 plaintiffs are praying the court to restrain the clerk of the National Assembly from transmitting to Tinubu the concurrent resolution of the Senate and House of Representatives, among others, the plaintiffs are seeking 7 declarative reliefs against the president and the other defendants. Among others, the plaintiffs are seeking 7 declarative reliefs against the president and the other defendants. To other matters now, Chief Executive Officer of Air Peace, Layi Oyawa, has called for patience for President Bola Tinubu, saying he is trying to stabilize businesses with his economic policies. Oyawa said this when he met with Tinubu at the State House in Abuja, commending the president for his efforts in implementing policies aimed at stabilizing business operations across Nigeria. In a statement made available to newsmen today, Oyawa noted that he commended the president for his efforts in implementing policies aimed at stabilizing business operations across Nigeria, particularly in the aviation sector. He insisted that the president has made great strides with the ease of doing business in the aviation industry, identified the new reforms introduced by the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Mr. Festus Keyamo. Meanwhile, the Arewa Youth Integrity Network (AYIN), a socio-political group from northern Nigeria, has accused the president of favoring the Yoruba ethnic group while neglecting other tribes in Nigeria. The group particularly condemned the recent appointment of Mr. Shamsuddin Babatunde Ogunjimi as Acting Accountant General of the Federation (AGOF). It added the group expressed disappointment in President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for appointing his Lagos kinsman to this critical position, particularly as other Yoruba individuals are already holding several key roles in the government. Recall earlier this week, President Tinubu, through his spokesperson Bayo Nanuga, announced Ogunjimi's appointment as acting AGOF, a position he is expected to occupy until Dr. Oluwatoyin Sakirat Madein's retirement in March 2025. In a statement issued today, AYIN's spokesperson, Barrister James Ismaila, said the group views the appointment as a disregard for the northern region, stressing that northerners are equally qualified for such high-level positions. You're still listening to News Express on Adamimogo 107.7 FM Ido Ekiti. Coming up next, reps direct NUPRC to provide details of oil production, crude sales. Please stay with us.
Hello, good people of Ekiti State and its environment. For your private, political, family, or club meetings, and so on, of not more than 50 to 100 participants, we introduce to you Adamimogo Event Hall. Yes, right at Olojudo's Palace, Adamimogo 107.7 FM's compound, Ido Ekiti. Ample parking space, good security, clean environment. You also have the opportunity to book for a media publicity of your event on our fast-growing social media platforms. All these for a talk. Simply visit us at Olojudo's Palace, Ido Ekiti, or call the following numbers for more inquiries: 0803-526-5812 or 0916-340-0878 or 0806-511-4430. You can also call 0806-380-8891. Adamimogo Event Hall. We are waiting for your patronage.
Welcome back and thanks for joining us again. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook via Adamimogo 107.7 FM. For happenings around you or news inquiries, please contact our newsroom on this number 0811 801 8242. Now to the rest of the news. The House of Representatives has mandated the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission (NUPRC) to provide details of all oil production, crude sales, and other activities in the upstream petroleum industry in the country. The joint sitting of the House Committee on Finance and the Committee on National Planning gave the directive at the ongoing interactive session with key agencies in Abuja today. The interaction is on the 2025-2027 Medium-Term Expenditure Framework (MTEF) and Fiscal Strategy Paper (FSP). The directive was given after a presentation by the NUPRC Executive Commissioner for Economic Regulation and Strategic Planning (ECR and SP), Mr. Babajide Fashino. He was represented by the Chief Executive Officer, CEO of the organization, Mr. Gbenga Komolafe, accompanied by some members of its management. The Minister of Information and International Orientation, Mohammed Idris, has unveiled a comprehensive plan to combat misinformation and enhance grassroots communication as part of efforts to strengthen inclusive governance in Nigeria. Speaking at the 48th National Council of Information and National Orientation in Kaduna on Friday, Idris highlighted the transformative potential of accurate, transparent, and accessible public information. Central to the minister's address was the urgent need to counter the growing threat of fake news, which he described as a significant challenge to governance and public trust. To tackle this issue, he announced the immediate operationalization of the UNESCO Media and Information Literacy Institute in Abuja. The institute, first of its kind globally, will equip Nigerians with tools to identify credible information and resist the influence of misinformation. The Federal High Court, Abuja, on Friday granted the immediate past governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, bail in the sum of 500 million naira with two sureties in like sum. This was after the former governor had pleaded not guilty to the 19-count charges brought against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. When the case was called for hearing on Friday, counsel for the EFCC, Kemi Pinheiro San, notified the court of the intention of the prosecution to withdraw an earlier application for abridgment of the earlier date fixed for arraignment. He said the application had been overtaken by events. The defendant's counsel, led by Joseph Daudu San, did not object, and Justice Emeka Nwite accordingly granted the request. Operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, have arrested a suspected online fraudster, Osang Otukpa, for allegedly duping 139 Australians to the tune of Saudi $8 million. Otukpa was arrested at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos, upon arrival from the United States of America on Friday, December 6, 2024. A statement on today by the EFCC head of media and publicity, Layi Oyawa, said Otukpa used 5 names which are Ford Thompson, Oscar Donald Tyler, Michael Hay, Joseph Vito, and Christine Davidson to scam the victims. He added that the suspect lured his victims on social media to invest in his rogue cryptocurrency investment platform, Liquid Asset Group. On business news, imported petrol landing cost drops to 900 naira per litre. Joel Owo has more.
Good evening and welcome to Business Updates. The importation of premium motor spirits, PMS, has continued to surge, experiencing growth as estimated cost of landing on Nigerian shores reduced by 36 naira, dropping to 900 naira.28 per litre yesterday, despite public announcement by some group of oil marketers who earlier stated their intentions to halt petrol imports and focus on domestic supply. It was also revealed that oil marketers imported 90,308 metric tons of fuel between Tuesday, December 10, 2024 and Friday, December 13, 2024, which reflects a total of 121.1 million litres of petrol when converted to litres. Report says while landing costs declined to 900 naira.28, dealers maintain that the price of petrol produced by the Dangote Petroleum Refinery as at yesterday was 970 naira per litre. Added that Port Harcourt Refining Company was 1,030 naira per litre. Still on business, the Naira has regained momentum in the parallel market, with local currency trading at 1,619 naira per dollar yesterday compared to 1,715 naira per dollar on Wednesday. According to reports, investigation has revealed that the reduced demand for foreign exchange at the parallel market has eased pressure on the Naira, leading to its appreciation against major foreign currencies. However, analysts have predicted a rise in Nigerian foreign exchange reserves and net foreign assets due to government policies aimed at boosting foreign inflows, optimizing oil revenues, and managing capital flights. Meanwhile, further investigations revealed that across markets in Lagos and Abuja, the naira recovered by 25 naira per dollar as businesses reduced their demand for foreign exchange after Bureau de Change operators had previously complained that the amount of foreign exchange in the market had declined significantly. Eyes on business news this evening. I am Joel Ubwe.
That delay, we move straight to the next segment on entertainment news. Tyler beats Burna Boy, Asake, others, wins Best Afrobeat Song Artists. Success Arela has the story.
Good evening and welcome to Entertainment News. South Africa singer Tyler has emerged as the top Afrobeat artist at the 2024 Billboard Music Awards, beating Nigerian heavyweights like Burna Boy, Rema, Tems, and Asake. According to reports, the awards ceremony broadcast yesterday saw Tyler make history with double wins. She also claimed the top Afrobeat song for a global hit. She was reportedly nominated in 8 categories at this year's BBMA. Still on Showbiz World, Afrobeat star Tiwa Tope Savage, popularly known as Tiwa Savage, has revealed that infidelity is not a deal breaker for her, stating that she has never ended a relationship solely because of cheating. In a recent interview, the 44-year-old singer explained that her real deal breakers include issues like drug abuse, emotional neglect, and ghosting. Tiwa clarified that while infidelity itself doesn't prompt her to end relationships, the disrespect surrounding it, particularly when others are aware of the betrayal, can cause deeper hurts. And that's all on the entertainment news. My name is Success Areola.
Thank you, Success Areola, for that report. We move straight to sports. Elo High School Ayetoro made history today at the Sam Oluwalo Foundation football competition in Dosi local government area by being crowned the champions of this year's edition. Elo High School won the final match by defeating Ogogomodu Grammar School 2-1 at the Ogogomodu Grammar School field today. The champions won all their matches from the preliminary stages to the final and only conceded 1 goal throughout the competition. Ogogomodu Grammar School came second with one of their players, Ojo Ayobami, winning a gold medal as the top scorer. Ifake Grammar School and Methodist Comprehensive High School, Aye, ended in a draw with Ifake Grammar School winning on penalties 5-4, taking home 100,000 naira. Ogogomodu Grammar School received 150,000 naira for coming second, while Elo High School Ayetoro, the champions, received 200,000 naira. Prophet Sam Oluwalo, the sponsor of the competition, announced that the football competition will be an annual event.
adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin ìgbìmọ̀ tí ẹ bá wà ní in charge program yìí lọ́dún yìí pàtàkì jùlọ ẹ̀yin Adamimogo FM 107.7 FM ẹ bá mi pàtẹ́wọ́ fún wọn. àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣe sport Kingsley sọ pé ẹ gbìyànjú fún wọn ìwọ náà ó mú ẹ̀bùn 20,000 lọlé mathematician náà yóò mú 20,000 náà yóò mú ẹ̀bùn rẹ̀ náà lọlé gm bàbá wa ni wọ́n àwọn olùbójútó sọ pé àwọn náà ń gbóhùn sáfẹ́fẹ́ ní gbogbo ìgbà tán pàṣẹ news yẹn káàkiri sọ lórúkọ Jésù Olúwa yóò dáa fún yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí kábíyèsí adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín ẹ ṣé ẹ̀yin ọ̀gá wa adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín o so next year yóò bá yín láyọ̀ àti àlàáfíà.
The games masters and mistresses of the participating schools express their joy at the success of the competition.
Game masters and game mistress Idosi adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ bàbá wa Sam Oluwalo fún ètò tán gbé kalẹ̀ yìí ó jẹ́ kí ìrẹ́pọ̀ wà láàrin àwọn ọmọ tó à ń fi ẹ̀mí ìmoore wa à ń fi hàn sà irú kíní àfẹ́ kó dúró sí bísà wọ́n máa bá wa ṣe ní ọdọọdún.
The coach of the high school's football team, Okeoluwafemi Ayodeji, expressed gratitude to the sponsor and organizers for crowning them the champions of the Sam Oluwalo Foundation Soccer Competition.
competition yìí mo rí bí nǹkan tó dára torí pé láti gbà tí ìdíje ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó lọ bó ṣe yẹ kó ṣe lọ gbogbo àwọn tí ó kópa ń bẹ̀ àti iléèwé àti gbogbo àwọn officials gbogbo ọ̀nà ṣe dáadáa mo dẹ̀ ní pé ó fún àwọn ọmọ wa ní àǹfààní pé kán lè fi talent wọn hàn torí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ọmọ ló wà tí wọ́n ní talent ṣùgbọ́n tí ò sí irú àǹfààní belé yìí ṣùgbọ́n àǹfààní yìí ó wá mú ká lè rí àwọn ọmọ tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ní ògo tábà gbin ẹṣin nínú mi lẹ́nìí kò lè kọsẹ̀ torí pé inú mi dùn lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọjọ́ àkọ́kọ́ ohun tí mo ti ń lálàá fún láti tó ti pẹ́ wá òun ló wá sí ìmúṣẹ lẹ́nìí pé ọlọ́run fún mi ní oore ọ̀fẹ́ àti àǹfààní láti lè jáwé olúborí nínú ìdíje yìí ó jẹ́ ohun tó jẹ́ pé ó jẹ́ pàtàkì ọjọ́ máa nígbàgbé tí mi ò lè gbàgbé nínú ìtàn ọjọ́ ayé mi.
The sporting event is an annual event organized by Sam Oluwalo Foundation geared towards developing youngsters with Ido Metropolis. With those sports stories, we end this edition of News Express on Adamimogo 107.7 FM Ido Ekiti. Before we go, the highlights again. We told you that Ekiti State government has empowered no fewer than 100 survivors of gender-based violence in Ekiti State with 100,000 naira to start a business with a view to cushioning the effects of the violence. We also brought to you that in a heartwarming display of support, Prophet Sam Oluwalo has promised to provide jerseys for the Glorious Child team, a popular program on Adamimogo 107.7 FM. He made a promise today at the station's Father Christmas Children's Party. Finally, we reported to you the House of Representatives has mandated the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission (NUPRC) to provide details of all oil production, crude sales, and other activities in the upstream petroleum industry in the country. That's News Express on Adamimogo 107.7 FM, Olojudo's Palace in Ekiti. On behalf of the production crew led by Oladoyin Ayegusi, I am Layi Oyawa. Good evening and thank